Hello and welcome to Habits of Influence, a different kind of podcast for entrepreneurs where we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly side of doing business, which is often not the understanding of many people. So if you're feeling confused or you don't know which way to go, we're here to hold your hand, to be your friends, and to show you that there are different sides to everything. And we want to help you specifically to become the kind of person that other people wish to follow. With you, as usual, in another episode, your co-host, Magdalena, Hanah, and
Ian Manheimer.
lovely to be with you again. And I wanted to discuss a topic that I wanted to discuss for quite a while, actually, from the very, very beginning, and that is overnight successes. I have my own opinion in regards to an overnight success, but I would like your thoughts on it, Ian. Would you like to start?
Sure. My main thoughts is overnight successes aren't really real. Does it happen? Yeah, there are a few people that maybe get this lucky streak and hit this pot of gold, so to say. But true success takes a process. It takes time. It takes getting up, getting knocked down, falling, failing, rolling over in the dirt, and getting back up and trying again. And and not to put that in a negative sense. It's just success. It takes time. It's one of those things that's developed. It's something that there's habits, there's strategies, there's different tools that we use to become successful. It's not just something that happens when we start a business. And I think that's one of the things that happens oftentimes is people start a business and they just say, "Oh, I'm going to open my doors and people are just going to come and I'm going to be rich." And that's not the way it works. You know, People, in order to buy from us or to support our business, have to know we exist. And that doesn't happen the minute we open our doors. Of course, we can advertise and do all this stuff, but there's other things that have to happen in order for us to grow and be successful.
Absolutely. It's that know, like, and trust factor everybody talks about, right? So it's not just about building something that people need or want. It's not just about positioning yourself properly, but it's about building those relationships, making assurances for people that you are, in fact, a good choice for them to move forward with whatever product or service you offer, right? So it's not just a case of created and they come, but it's actually a little bit more complex and it requires a little bit of mindset, a little bit of actual strategy. It is a set of things that you need to do. But also, what I wanted to mention is that I think the reason why people think like that in the first place is because there's a lot of gurus and people who are very far along in a way in whatever niche or market, because there's people from every single market that obviously have achieved massive success, who are claiming that there is such a thing as overnight success. And as you said, sometimes it happens, most of the time it doesn't. And it's a case of you determining what drives you to actually go into business. Is it the money? Is it the houses? Is it the accolades? Or is it something deeper, something underlying, like wanting to leave a legacy or wanting to create something for others? What is the driver behind your why to go in a business in the first place? A little bit deeper than just sitting down with your laptop on a beach and just having the time freedom.
Yeah, and it's funny you talk about the gurus and the people, and oh, if you just sign up for my whatever program by tomorrow, you're gonna have 500 leads in your inbox, and this and that, and yeah, that I mean, even if that was true, it's what are you gonna do with those 500 leads? How are you gonna reach them? How are you gonna connect with them? How are you gonna get those leads? It's funny because I come at this from a non-international standpoint, right? There are businesses that work on a global level, and they're gonna have a much different perspective than maybe you or I. Maybe not so much on a personal level, but getting out there and getting known, and that's where your sales and marketing comes in. Does it happen overnight? No, there's going to be processes that need to take place. There's going to be, your growth. There's going to be organic growth and there's going to be paid growth, right? We can all go to Google and pay for ads and marketing, or go on Amazon and however we do it to market our product or services. But there are steps that need to be taken to get to where we want to go. And that's one of the things what I love about you is that is your specialty, right? You're a sales and marketing. I would say you're a sales and marketing guru. You're amazing at what you do.
Oh,
And
girl, by all means. I've never aspired to even.
you're good at what you do is what I'm saying. And it's understanding the process of what it takes to get people to a level of success that they want to be at. And you are very good at doing that is what I guess what I was trying to say. And understanding as if you are an entrepreneur and you're just starting out, or even if you've been in business for a while and aren't necessarily where you want to be, understanding that that's okay. It's understanding that it's going to be a process. It's going to be learning. It's going to be growing. It's going to, sometimes we hit this wall or this plateau and we feel like we're just stuck and we just think, oh, we're ready to throw in the towel. And I like to use the thought process of like Rocky Balboa, right? He gets hit and it's not how many, it's not how hard you get hit, but it's how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward, or whatever that quote is. It's a famous quote. And as entrepreneurs, it's very easy, and oftentimes we just want to give up. It's, what, we feel like we just can't do it or we can't be successful, and that's where understanding ourselves and saying, okay, maybe I don't know everything, and maybe saying I need help comes in. Because I know when I started my business, I knew I thought I didn't really know everything. I thought I knew everything.
Yeah,
And it really comes down to understanding that, as even just in life in general, but as a business owner, we don't know everything. And it's okay to ask for help. And when we start realizing how much we don't know, that's where we start to really grow, and our business will grow, because we're going to seek the help of people who have the experience that we need. We're going to seek the help of people who maybe are in our industry that are successful in where we want to be. And then they can give us their tips or pointers, or sometimes they'll do it for free, sometimes we have to pay for that. But getting to the point where we can say I need help, and actually being willing to accept the help to get to where we want to be. That's when our big business will start to grow. That's when we'll start to magnify. That's when our sales will start coming in. That's when we can start automating and duplicating and really scaling up that higher level. But we've got to start with our foundation, and without that foundation, we're kind of doomed from the beginning.
absolutely. And you did mention, from the marketing and sales point, it also depends what level you're starting from, right? If you're starting your first business, obviously the approach for you and the methods are going to be different than if you're starting your second or third or fourth business, right? Or depending on how much investment you're going to have. You've mentioned, it's a composition of the organic and the paid, and different methodologies are going to work for different people. What we hear a lot of the time is like, this method is the best, this marketing strategy is the best. I'm afraid that it is not such an easy answer as you would want it to be, right? Because the best marketing strategy is the one that is best for you and your level of business and your values and your approach and your goals, and where is that place that you want to go to. So it's all going to be a combination of those things that you need to kind of put together and find out which avenue is going to take you to your desired place quicker. But also what you've mentioned, that what drives us, what is going to be that one thing that is pushing us, and that is also going to be completely connected with our mindset and how strong we are, how capable are we to undertake challenges. You said in the very beginning, you wouldn't even want those 500 people tomorrow because you wouldn't be able to serve them, and you would not be prepared. You would not have the ability to deliver such value to those people, whatever you're doing, whether it is a product, whether it is a service. You would not be able from the get-go to deliver the sort of value that you would want. And if sales do not finish on when you kind of close the sale, right? They continue of how you nurture the people that have already bought from you, so that they can be your retaining customers, so that they can refer you to other people. So your delivery, the point of where you actually deliver whatever it is that you have, is equally as important as that front-end marketing or that sales process, right?
It's so funny you went there, because that was exactly, as you were talking, I thought to myself, that was what I was going to bring up next, is the capacity. Because people open their business and say, oh, I want to serve all these people, or I want to make this many sales. But do you actually have the capacity to do that? So if it is a product, for example, and let's say you're making your own product, whatever it is, and whatever the product is, do you have the production that can pump out that many products, quality products? Because no, I know for me, if I buy something that breaks really easily or doesn't work, I get frustrated. I don't want to buy it from them, and I get upset. So I want to buy quality products, and I would rather pay more for a quality product than pay less for something that's going to break on me, or that it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. So do you have the capacity to produce what you want to bring in sales right now, or you need a team, or you need a production, or you need you know how's that going to go? If
Or
you do,
if you are not, if so some products will not be the best quality, not every single launch is going to be a massive success. If you do have that kind of failed launch, let's say, quote unquote, do you have the capacity to have the winning, amazing customer service that is going to assure your customer that this is just an occurrence and not something that represents your company as a whole?
yeah. And it does take time. And it's funny 'cause, again, I was looking at my shirt, it says patience, and patience is something we need when we're starting to grow a business. And you know, I mentioned earlier scaling, and there is such a thing as scaling too quickly to where we can't do what you said, that provide that customer service. Because yeah, there are going to be products that we create that maybe the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 20th run aren't the best, and we have to revisit them. But being able to handle our customers in a way that's professional and that would make them say, you know what, yeah, this product maybe didn't work out, but I trust this company enough to buy from them again because they're going to they're going to wrong the right, so to say. And
Absolutely.
I could think, for example, I've worked with some different manufacturers that I've worked with for my industry, and there are some that I've had issues with, and they've basically written me off and said, "Sorry, that's our product, whatever." And I've had some that say, "Hey, you know what? Send me back. I'm going to send you a new one, or we'll replace it, make it good as new for you. I'll show you how to fix whatever it is." And those are the companies that I choose to stick with. Will I pay a little bit more for them? Absolutely, 100%. I would pay more for a company that will tell me they're going to take care of me in the long run than save a few dollars or a few $1,000s, even in this situation, um, where the company just doesn't care about the product they're selling.
Yeah, and it's about how the company approaches their people. In my product business, that's exactly what kind of makes the difference. And that's what I've noticed with all of the companies that I've helped establish in terms of products specifically, because this is the easiest way of actually checking their customer service, right? How do you react? And the first interaction, if that product is a fail and a customer comes to you, what is going to be your approach? What is going to be your reaction? Because a lot of times it's better to just give a customer a refund or give them a replacement. And a lot of the times, what is very funny, a lot of the times people will not want that because that's the only thing they actually cared about, the approach that you give them in the very beginning when they interact with your business, right?
Yeah, and I hate to say this because I don't want to name drop, but like Amazon is great with that. If you order something on Amazon and it doesn't work or whatever, they will replace it usually. I mean, I mean, there have been times where and it's sometimes something really simple, but they're great. They'll say, okay, we'll send you a shipping label, send it right back, we'll refund you, or we'll send you another one out. And I mean, they're a huge company. They're
Yeah, but even look at companies like Wish. I don't know if you've heard about Wish. It's all those like dupe products or different sides of products from China, and it's kind of like a Chinese equivalent of Amazon, right? Only the shipping times are obviously a lot longer. But I think that from the point of customer service, they've got it nailed it down to a T. Actually, really, because every single time, a lot of times their products are kind of very low quality. Okay, I admit that. But at the same time, their customer service is brilliant. Whenever you get something that is not of the quality that you're expecting, well, even if people are expecting some sort of quality from Wish, they always refine you. They are always lovely. They never, almost never, and I've bought different sorts of things from like a cheap like £1 ring to a camera, to a digital camera which was more expensive. And every single time when I said something was wrong, their customer service was always approaching me from the place of, okay, you don't even need to return this, we're just going to give you the money back. So we all know that these are cheap products, but that makes me personally go back to Wish. If I'm to be honest, sometimes I do like to shop there, even though I know this is like fast fashion, it's not very good for the environment and all of that, cheap products. But at the same time, I did get a few products that were really of exceptional quality, something that you would not expect from them. But what makes me keep on coming back is their customer service, is the way they handle customers.
Yeah. So going back to the original topic about the overnight successes, right? And these companies, they didn't start where they're at.
Yeah.
It didn't happen in a day. It didn't happen in a week. It didn't even happen in a year. It took a little while to get to where they're at. And that and the reason they are where they're at is because they had that vision, and they had the drive, and they had the grit to keep going even though people didn't believe in them, and they had the desire to provide good service, whether whether it's Amazon or Wish or whatever,
It
whoever
comes
it
from
is,
someone, right? It all
those
starts
ones
somewhere.
who have sustained tend to do best. Now, are there people who, and again, I don't want to stray too much from the topic of the overnight success piece, but because we can talk about this as far as integrity of businesses another time. But there are business people that are very successful that don't have that level of integrity, right? They're not. It's not about their customer support. They're about sales numbers, and they maybe make up lies or they just push sale, sale, sale. They're not looking for the retention. So, is it possible to hit a level of financial success by not providing good product and service? It is, but that's not what we're.
Absolutely. There's plenty of people like that on the internet. Plenty.
Yeah. But I think, the topic we started talking about was the overnight success and the perception of starting a business. I'm going to be rich tomorrow, and really getting down to the nitty gritty of the way that really works. How do we really create the longevity? And you used a great word, which is one of my favorite words, legacy. How do we create that legacy for ourselves? How do we create that longevity that people want to support our brand or our business or whatever it is because of what we provide?
Yeah.
And
Don't just be a person of one product, right? Be a person that builds, like you said, with vision, something that will sustain the time passing, and people will talk about for years to come. It's not about just getting into business for a moment. And those people who achieve the quote unquote overnight success are actually the people who work the hardest and the longest. They have not achieved their overnight success. A lot of times they've set up multiple companies before they were able to say, yeah, it was easier this time than it was the four, previous times when we were starting businesses. But that doesn't mean that it didn't require work and consistency and grit and overcoming challenges.
absolutely, 100%.
So there you go. There you have it. What are your thoughts, guys, on it? It would be great to know your comments. You can interact with us if you follow our Habits of Influence channel on YouTube. There's a comment section where we love to hear your points of view, your thoughts about every single episode, so we can get into a discussion perhaps and just see how you as a person, as a business owner, perceive all of those topics. And of course, don't forget to press the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our episodes. And if you're more of a listener, we are on all major podcast platforms, so you can subscribe under the name Habits of Influence. Just find us on Spotify, iTunes. I never know the name. iTunes? I'm not an Apple fan. Okay, so iTunes or Spotify or any other major platforms. And if not, if you want to interact with us, go straight to YouTube. We are so grateful for you watching our episodes, listening to our episodes, and we're always curious of your ideas of what topics you would like to discuss. So do leave that in the comments section as well. But for now, I wanted to say thank you, Ian, for another great conversation. And we're going to see you guys next week.
Thank you as well. I always appreciate our conversations.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
See you next week.